Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something unconscionable but absolutely necessary. Let's talk about betrayal, not from strangers, not from enemies, but from the ones you call friends. The ones who smile in your face, but secretly grimace when you succeed. The ones who say, "I'm proud of you," but deep down, they hope you fail. The ones who clap for you in public, but compete with you in private. Yes, this message is raw, it's real, and it's long overdue. Because here's the truth, not every congratulations is genuine, not every "I got your back" is sincere, and not every person close to you is actually happy to see you win. Some of the biggest threats to your peace, your progress, and your purpose don't come from outside your circle. They're sitting right next to you. They know your dreams, they know your struggles, and unfortunately, they know exactly where to strike if they ever decide to turn on you. And you know what makes it worse? These people don't wear masks. They wear familiarity, they wear loyalty, they wear years of shared memories and fake support. And because of that, you overlook the warning signs. You excuse the passive-aggressive comments. You downplay the jealousy. You silence your instincts. But your spirit? It knows. It always knows. Ever felt drained after a conversation with someone you call a friend? Ever noticed how they only seem available when things are going wrong in your life, but vanish the moment you start to elevate? That's not a coincidence. That's not just how they are. That's spiritual warfare in the disguise of friendship. See, enemies who hate you openly are easy to avoid. You know where they stand, you know their intentions. But it's the ones who hide their hate behind smiles and support that are the most dangerous. Because while you're celebrating your wins, they're secretly resenting your glow. While you're being loyal to them, they're secretly rooting against you. And sometimes we don't want to admit it. We don't want to believe that someone we love could harbor so much resentment. But the truth doesn't care about our feelings. The truth exposes what's hidden, and that's what we're here to do today. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 undeniable signs that someone close to you secretly hates you. These aren't guesses. These are behaviors backed by energy, by experience, and by thousands of stories just like yours. So listen closely, reflect deeply, and most importantly, be honest with yourself. Because the moment you stop ignoring the signs is the moment you start protecting your peace, your future, and your freedom. Let's begin. 5 signs that someone close to you secretly hates you. The hidden enemy. Have you ever felt uneasy around someone close to you but couldn't quite put your finger on why? You smile, they smile, you support them, they pretend to support you, but something feels off. You feel drained after spending time with them. You feel small, uncertain, like you're constantly being judged, even when no words are spoken. That's not just in your head. That's your spirit picking up on energy your mind hasn't fully processed yet. Let me be clear, not everyone who is close to you is for you. Sometimes, the ones who hurt you the most are the ones you trusted the deepest. They don't come with swords and screams. They come with fake smiles, passive-aggressive comments, and silent resentment. They may eat at your table, celebrate your birthday, or even cry with you. But secretly, they are rooting against you, and the scariest part, you won't even notice until it's too late. See, enemies on the outside are easy to deal with. You can block them, cut them off, protect yourself. But the ones inside your circle, the ones who laugh with you while secretly resenting your happiness, those are the most dangerous. These people will pretend to care. They'll act like they support you. They'll even throw you a compliment. But it's always laced with a hint of jealousy. And when you start to rise, when life begins to favor you and your light begins to shine a little brighter, that's when their true colors start to leak through. They'll criticize your every move under the disguise of just being honest. They'll give you backhanded compliments like, "You're doing well for someone like you." They'll make you feel guilty for your growth and success because deep down they can't stand to see you doing better than them. You need to open your eyes to this truth. Some people are only comfortable with you when you're beneath them. They liked you better when you were struggling, insecure, and dependent. Because your glow reminds them of their own lack of effort. Your progress exposes their stagnation, and instead of clapping for you, they criticize you. Instead of being happy for you, they envy you. Don't ignore these signs. Your spirit always knows who is real and who is pretending. You just have to stop making excuses for people who've already shown you their true intentions through their actions, the sooner you recognize the hidden enemy. The sooner you can protect your peace, guard your purpose, and start surrounding yourself with people who actually want to see you win. In this video, we're going to break down 5 clear, powerful signs that someone close to you secretly hates you. If even one of these signs shows up in someone you trust, it's time to take a step back and reevaluate the relationship. Because it's better to walk alone in truth than to walk with a fake friend in disguise. These signs: 1. They downplay your success. Let's talk about the first major sign that someone close to you secretly hates you. They downplay your success. Now listen, real friends clap for you when you win. They celebrate your victories, no matter how big or small. But someone who secretly resents you will always find a way to minimize your accomplishments. To them, nothing you do is ever that impressive. Nothing you achieve is ever that significant. And instead of being proud, they'll act like it's no big deal. You tell them you got a promotion at work and they say, "Oh, must be nice. I heard that company promotes anyone these days." You share your business just hit a new milestone and they respond with, "Well, let's see how long that lasts." You start working out, glowing differently and feeling confident, and they say things like, "You think you're better than everyone now, huh?" Pay attention, that's not love. That's not support. That's envy in disguise. See, people who secretly hate you can't celebrate you because your growth feels like a threat to them. Your light shines a little too bright, and it highlights everything they feel insecure about. Instead of being inspired, they get bitter. Instead of asking you how you did it, they look for ways to bring you down a notch. And they won't always do it loudly. Sometimes it's subtle, it's sarcasm, it's little jabs hidden in laughter. It's saying, "Look at you, all successful now," with a smile that doesn't reach their eyes. It's comparing your wins to theirs to make you feel like you haven't really done much. It's throwing shade in the middle of compliments, just enough to make you question your own worth. You need to understand something. What you allow will continue. If you keep people around who constantly belittle your efforts, you're giving them permission to chip away at your self-esteem day by day, and over time, that negativity begins to weigh you down. You start playing small just to make them comfortable. You start second-guessing yourself just to keep the peace. And before you know it, you're shrinking your life to fit inside someone else's insecurity. Let this be a wake-up call. People who love you want to see you win. And not just when it benefits them. They want to see you rise even if they're not rising with you. They want to see you happy even when they're going through tough times. That's real love. That's real loyalty. So if someone in your circle constantly downplays your success, it's time to take a closer look. Because that's not just a red flag, it's a warning sign. You owe it to yourself to protect your energy, your peace, and your progress. The right people will never make you feel guilty for leveling up. Stay tuned, because in part 3, we're going to talk about another powerful sign. Someone secretly hates you. How they celebrate your failures more than your victories. Simon 2. They celebrate your failures more than your successes. Here's the second undeniable sign that someone close to you secretly hates you. They celebrate your failures more than they celebrate your success. Let's be real. Life is a journey of ups and downs. There will be wins and there will be losses. And the people who genuinely love you, they'll be there for both. They'll cheer when you're on top of the mountain, and they'll lift you up when you're at your lowest. But someone who secretly resents you, oh, they act a little different. When you fail, when you fall, when things go wrong for you, they light up. They won't show it openly, but you'll feel it. It's in their delayed text when you shared something good, and in their quick response when you're going through something bad. It's in the way they say, "I knew it wouldn't work out." Or, "That's what happens when you try to do too much." They act like they're being helpful, like they're being real with you, but deep down, they're happy. They're relieved. Your failure confirms something for them. It puts you back at a level where they feel comfortable. You see, not everyone in your life claps for you because they want the best for you. Some only clap when you're down because it makes them feel like they're ahead again. That's how envy works. It hides behind fake concern, masked with phrases like, "I was just looking out for you," or "I don't want you to get hurt again." But if you pay close attention, they never offer the same energy when you win. They don't post your achievements. They don't support your vision. They don't offer words of encouragement when you take bold steps forward. But the moment you stumble, suddenly they're present. Suddenly they have a lot to say. Suddenly they're all ears, not to help you, but to gossip, to judge, or to remind you of all the ways they were right about you. Listen carefully. Real friends do not keep score on your failures. Real love doesn't rejoice when you're in pain. And the moment you start to notice that someone lights up when your light dims, that's not just a red flag. That's a full-blown alert. Sometimes we keep people close out of history, not honesty. Just because you've known them for years doesn't mean they deserve access to your growth. A toxic friend who wants to see you fail is more dangerous than an enemy because they know your dreams, your fears, and your triggers. And if they're secretly rooting against you, they'll use all that information to watch you break. So be mindful. Pay attention to who supports you when you rise and who smiles a little too much when you fall. The people who are clapping during your setbacks, but silent during your comebacks. Those are the ones you need to watch. In part 4, we'll expose another chilling sign that someone close to you secretly hates you. How they imitate concern, but subtly sabotage your progress. Stay locked in. 3. They pretend to care, but secretly sabotage you. The third sign that someone close to you secretly hates you is subtle, but incredibly dangerous. It's this. They pretend to care, but secretly they are sabotaging you behind the scenes. Let's break this down. A fake friend or hidden hater won't always attack you directly. No, that would be too obvious. Instead, they operate in the shadows. They'll give you advice that leads you in the wrong direction. They'll forget to pass along an important message. They'll plant seeds of doubt in your mind little by little until you start questioning your own path. They disguise their sabotage as concern. Are you sure you're ready for that? I just don't want you to be disappointed again. I heard some things. I'm not saying don't go for it, but be careful. On the surface, it sounds like they care, but underneath, it's manipulation, it's envy, it's resentment, because deep down, they don't want to see you win. Your growth threatens their comfort. Your confidence reminds them of what they're not doing. Your elevation exposes their stagnation. So what do? They start to chip away at you, piece by piece. They discourage you from taking risks. They introduce fear into your plans. They highlight every possible thing that could go wrong, but never what could go right. And the most dangerous part? You listen. Because you trust them. Because you believe they have your best interest at heart. But let me tell you something powerful. Anyone who truly loves you will never try to dim your light out of fear of being overshadowed. A real friend celebrates your ambition. A real supporter pushes you forward, not backward. They don't need you to shrink so they can feel big. They rise with you. Watch how they move when you talk about your goals. Watch how they respond when you're about to make a bold move. Do they empower you, or do they insert doubt under the disguise of just being honest? And here's another red flag. They accidentally mess things up. They forget to give you a message. They miscommunicate something important. They leave out key details when you needed their help. And every time you question it, they act innocent. I didn't mean to. I thought you already knew. It wasn't a big deal. But you feel it. Your gut tells you that it wasn't just a mistake. It was a pattern of silent sabotage, a pattern of keeping you small while they wear the mask of a friend. And if you confront them, they'll flip the script. Suddenly you're too sensitive or paranoid. Classic deflection tactics. Here's the truth. People who love you help you build. People who hate you, secretly or openly, try to tear you down in ways that are hard to trace. So protect your vision, guard your energy, and if someone close to you constantly blocks your progress, they're not a supporter, they're an enemy in disguise. In part 5, we'll break down the final sign. How someone close to you uses gossip and backhanded comments to poison your reputation while smiling to your face. Stay sharp, stay strong. Sign 4. They gossip about you and smile in your face. The final sign that someone close to you secretly hates you is one that cuts deep because it's the ultimate betrayal. It's this. They gossip about you behind your back while pretending to support you to your face. Let that sink in. This kind of person plays a double game. When you're around, they're all smiles and compliments. They say all the right things. You're doing so well. I'm proud of you. You inspire me. But as soon as you leave the room, their mask drops. They begin to tear you down when you're not there to defend yourself. They spread rumors, they twist your words, they highlight your flaws and failures in conversations with others. And they do it in a way that seems harmless, so it won't get traced back to them. They'll say things like, I'm really worried about her. She's making some questionable choices lately. He's doing great, but I just hope it doesn't go to his head, you know? Heard something, but I probably shouldn't say anything. Then says it anyway. These backhanded remarks and subtle jabs may not seem like much at first, but over time they poison your image. They shape how others view you. They damage your reputation, little by little. And all the while, the person doing it still shows up like a loyal friend in your life. That's not just fake, that's dangerous. They do this because your presence threatens them. Because deep down, they can't stand your shine. They can't handle the fact that you're growing, glowing, and becoming someone they secretly wish they could be. So instead of clapping for you, they try to corrupt how others see you. If they can't stop your success, they'll try to stain it. Guess what's worse? If someone comes to you with gossip that originated from them and says, don't tell anyone I said this, that's a red flag. Because if they're gossiping to you about others, you can bet they're gossiping about you too. Real friends protect your name when you're not around. Fake ones entertain conversations that tear you down. And when the truth eventually comes out, and it usually does, you'll look back and realize they were never really for you. They were competing, comparing, judging, secretly hating. So what do? You don't fight gossip with gossip. You don't stoop to their level. You rise above it. You distance yourself. You build stronger boundaries. You pay attention to energy, not just words. You start trusting what your spirit already knows. That loyalty is proven when you're not in the room. And above all, remember this: the people who gossip with you will gossip about you. But the people who truly love you, they protect your name, your vision, and your character, whether you're there or not. So watch closely, protect your peace, and never be afraid to walk away from someone who smiles at you but secretly wants to see you fall. Because silence speaks, energy never lies, and actions will always reveal the truth hidden behind fake smiles. Let's bring it all together. You started this journey to seek truth, to uncover the hidden intentions behind the smiles, the compliments, and the familiar faces in your life. And now, as we close this message, I want you to reflect deeply, not just on the signs we talked about, but on your own spirit's response to those signs. Because deep down, you already know. You felt the energy shift in conversations that used to flow with ease. You've sensed the tension in their silence when you shared your good news. You've noticed how they disappear when you're rising, but show up quickly when you're hurting. That's not loyalty. That's not love. That's a red flag disguised as history. Let me make this clear. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your life. Some people are only meant to be part of your story for a chapter. But you've been trying to make them permanent. You've been loyal to their potential while ignoring their patterns. You've been holding on even when every part of your soul is telling you to let go. And here's why that's dangerous. When you keep toxic people close, you limit your own growth. You dim your own light to avoid making them uncomfortable. You silence your joy to keep the peace. You shrink your dreams just so they won't feel insecure. And that, my friend, is a silent form of self-betrayal. You cannot soar while dragging dead weight. You cannot thrive in an environment built on silent competition, fake support, and hidden resentment. The people around you should water your spirit, not drain it. They should inspire your growth, not resent it. They should celebrate your wins, not downplay them or secretly root for your downfall. Now's the time to do a spiritual audit. Look around your circle. Who genuinely claps when you win? Who stands by you when you lose? Who corrects you in love instead of criticizing you out of jealousy? Who speaks life into your dreams instead of planting doubt? You see, your destiny is too important to be surrounded by secret haters in disguise. And your peace is too sacred to be disrupted by fake friends pretending to care. The real ones will never make you question your worth. They will never be intimidated by your elevation. They will push you, pray for you, and protect your light, not try to dim it. So, if you've seen even one of these signs, don't ignore it. Protect your energy, reclaim your power, and have the courage to walk away from anyone who doesn't clap when you rise. Because your time, your talent, and your truth deserve to be surrounded by real love, not silent hate. You are not obligated to maintain connections that cost you your confidence. You are not selfish for choosing peace over people who poison your purpose. You are allowed to grow, even if it means outgrowing those who once claimed to love you. Ending lines. Walk forward with clarity, walk forward with strength, and most of all, walk forward with truth. Because when you finally let go of the fake, you make room for the real. It's time to protect your peace, protect your purpose, and protect your power. The right people will never hate your light. They'll help you shine it brighter. Now go shine.